There are already biting flies out here, so if you come out, you'll want to bring some protective clothing. And always watch out for snakes and alligators. So join me as I walk through parts of Werner-Boyce with lots of bugs on me. Enjoy! I'm not sure which trail to take. We'll stay on the high ground for now. Near the parking lot. The flies are relentless. But here's this pretty little pond here. Probably also a spring of some sort, possibly a sinkhole. This is the Eagle's Nest area at the end of the Eagle Trail, where they have a little platform and you can look for different kinds of birds out here. Florida birds. Not sure if there's a ranger back behind that gate and they just open it for ease of getting in there with a truck, or if it's meant to be open for people to walk in there. This is pretty typical of what a lot of Central Florida looks like, with the scrub palmettos, the palm trees, the pine trees. You'll see this in a lot of the parks around here in the center part of the state and out towards the coast, like Brooker Creek and this one. This is Caldera Spring. So we have a little visitor. I see rabbits a lot. There's a dog behind me. 2 dogs. They spotted the rabbit. Rabbit doesn't care. On the nature trail there are some, as you see, nice wide paths. Unless it's cold out, it's not likely we'll run into anything that we don't want to run into, like snakes and gators. Gators are going to be hanging out closer to the water. We do have 6 poisonous snakes in Florida. I'm not sure how many of them live here, but probably eastern diamondback rattlers and possibly water moccasins. I don't know what else would live out here. And in the winter, they'll come out to the sunny spots and sun themselves. So, always keeping an eye down. And if I want to look for birds, stop and look for birds, because I have almost stepped on a rattlesnake by not paying attention to where I was walking. So it looks like we have a representation of an eagle's nest here. And what would be some eggs in there. It's kind of frosty from the weather. Not frosty, just condensing. So here we have a spot where we just fork off into a couple of different directions. One direction goes to Salt Spring and the tidal waterfall. The other one goes to Red Spring and Fisher's Corner. An eagle bench to sit on. And some information about bald eagles. Okay, so we're here at Salt Springs, one of the many salt springs in Florida. See, it goes down that way. So the spring is somewhere in this location. Generally you can tell because the water is clearer over a spring, like a deep aqua blue, but in this disturbed water with all the leaves and tannins and brown stuff in it, you can't see exactly where it is. And then from Salt Springs, come over here to the tidal waterfall. Looks like they have a little outdoor amphitheater. A ranger would come here when they're doing their regular programming and hold talks about different things. Water is moving a lot faster through here. Bugs are relentless. Don't forget your spray. That would be really neat to go kayaking through. Let's check out the waterfall. So there's also this little hearth thing. That's right, they had salt works back here, so the salt works are back here somewhere. The tidal waterfall. I'm not sure what's down there, but it kind of looks like a gator. Or a log. Maybe just a log. We're not going to find out. It's white. Not sure what this is a display of. This is how they made salt here at Salt Springs. You can pause and read that. More information about Salt Springs. Some of the equipment they would have used. This is probably found out here. You can see the scorch marks on the trees. They do prescribed burns to help keep the land healthy. And another viewing platform to look out over the marsh. The salt marsh here. With again, a Florida birds thing. You can just see over there the water, which is what's been feeding into that little creek that we were looking at. And you can kayak on that if you have a kayak, or you can rent them out here when COVID is done, they'll start renting again. So that's Salt Springs. So we're on this little trail that was marked off of Salt Springs. Might be what they called the fire line trail earlier. Not quite sure where it's going to go. There are any number of places where it could come out that were trails that took off from that main line that I was on. Nice thing about taking these trails in Florida is that it's hard to step off the paved or the marked trail, because if you do, you have to walk through that kind of stuff. So it's not hard at all to stay where you're supposed to be. And eventually you'll get somewhere with civilization. And in the meantime, we'll just keep walking and see where it takes us. And then just a few hundred feet and we were back in this hardwood hammock type environment with the trees and the saw palmetto, all of that good stuff. So it doesn't take long to go from one environment to another out here. And just like that, civilization. New construction over there. Apartments or condominiums. And we'll follow the green arrow and keep on going. Not quite sure where we are, but we're by a pretty lake. Something is swimming in the water over there. I can see the trail behind it. There are a number of fish that will do that, as well as manatees. I'm not sure if gators do, but probably. This is Fisher's Corner. You can go fishing here. Not sure if you'll catch anything. It's like a spot where a gator likes to come out. And yep, there's a trail cam there. Okay, that is the end of my walk. As you can see, I'm bright red and need to get back to the car and get some water. I will put the link to the blog post in the description so that you can read all about it and see the rest of the photographs, or see all the photographs. I hope you enjoyed walking with me. I enjoyed exploring Werner-Boyce State Park today. July 4th. Happy 4th, by the way. Happy 4th of July. Bye. Have a great weekend.